Hey and welcome guys to Venus Healing. My name is Azza Safari and today, welcome to spring as well. Finally. Sorry. Today this reading are for those who relate mostly or most significantly to their water sign placements in their birth chart. Now if you do not know which signs are most significant in your birth chart and you don't know your birth chart, I highly recommend you check that out before watching this reading. If you want, I will have put a link in the description box below, but honestly any astrology website on Google will do just as fine. And yes, and then I highly suggest you look at your sun, your moon, your Mercury, your Venus and your Mars placements, as well as your Ascendant, and see which elements come up the most. You can have more than one element come up. For example, I would have to look at the fire sign, the video for the fire signs and the earth signs, because those both come up 50-50 in my chart, or those are the ones that I relate to mostly. Just because I've had a long look over the years at my chart, so I kind of know my astrology, my personal astrology. And yeah, otherwise just look at your whole chart and calculate which element or elements come up the most. Okay, and yeah, and then this reading today is a monthly check-in, and we'll be looking at what is currently going on with you guys at the moment. We will be using these decks here. We'll pick out cards first to find out what's going on, and then cards again for guidance or any advice that we can be given from the higher realm. We will be using the Sacred Destiny Oracle decks, and then the Elemental Oracle deck. This is new. I haven't used it yet, so you're gonna have to bear with me. But for both of them, I will be reading out sort of the meanings that have been given in their booklets. And as always, the original Rider-Waite tarot deck. Again, with these, I have separated the minor and the major. From the major, we're going to have a look at the major life events, themes, or emotions that are currently going on with you guys at the moment. And then from the minor, we're going to pick up any details, or as many details as we can. Is anything else that I'm missing? No, I don't think so. Okay, so as always, small little breathing activity just to relax and get into the mindset so that you can pick your object. So you're going to breathe in deeply from your nose and then out from your mouth. And when you exhale, release as loud as you can. In from your nose and out from your mouth. In from your nose and out from your mouth. And if you haven't already, close your eyes and in from your nose and out from your mouth. And open your eyes. And pick whichever seashell you feel most drawn to, or that you simply can't take your eyes off. We have seashell 1 and seashell 2. Pause if you need to. Otherwise, let's begin. And hello and welcome to all the water signs that picked this salmon pink seashell. This is your reading, and well, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna place that right there. Great, and we're gonna start with this deck right here and ask, what are you currently going through? So let's take a look. Well, now, hey. Interesting. Woo! Okay. So, we have Fire Ignition that came out, number 8, with Desert. I want to pronounce this right. Solitariness. I did not know that was a word. I would have thought it was solidarity. Okay, anyway, solitariness with the number 4. Let's put this down. And then at the bottom of the deck, we've got Bushfires, Fury. And what do we have at the top? We've got South, Adventure. Blimey. Okay, that's a lot of heat. You guys are bringing in the heat. Okay, so let's take a look and see what the booklet says about those two. Oh, there's a lot of heat. There's a lot of... I want to say passion, but I want to know why. Okay, so let's take a look at Desert first. Number 36. Okay, so you guys can pause if you want to read like this whole definition description that they've written here. I'm just going to read this meaning here. So we've got, there is a difference between being alone or solitary and being lonely. Feeling confident to spend time alone is powerful. You do not need so much. Work on developing simplicity. There is more to life than accumulating objects. You can be resilient and adapt to difficult circumstances. So I feel like maybe some of you are in this sort of survival mode. Interesting. So we've got fire, let's go to 26. So, wow, okay, again, pause if you'd like to. Element okay. So we have live your passion. Live your passion, allow your spirit to drive you forward. Don't overthink the situation. Now is the time to innovate and take action. Be a lighthouse for others or find yourself a mentor. Okay, that's interesting because they both kind of say the opposite thing. In terms of seek guidance from others, seek guidance from yourself. So maybe you're needing to do both of these. Alright, let's take a look at these oracle cards here and see what are you currently going through. What are you currently going through? For all my water signs who picked this pink seashells. Okay, we got one. Okay, so you guys have purification. Okay, so you guys are going through a change. There's a huge shift that you are going through, which is causing you to have to seek guidance from others as well as yourself. What did I say? I feel like you guys, some of you are thriving, and in fact at the top of the deck we have thriving. You're in kind of a survival mode because there is something that you are going through that is causing a significant change. And then at the bottom we've got truth. So maybe a lot of you are learning a truth the truth or a truth, or just truth in general, or you guys are starting to have sort of a different perspective on, I'm gonna actually put this card down as well, on life and sort of your priorities and stuff like that. So we're gonna read the meanings to the two cards. Let's take a look at purification. Okay, so you guys can pause and read that if you'd like. If not, I'm just gonna carry on. It's difficult for new, vibrant energy to enter your life if it is clogged with old and outdated energy. Cleanse and purify your body and your physical space. This is a great time for a detox, clutter clearing, cleansing, and space clearing. Release outdated energy to invite fresh, clear energy into your life. Eat lightly. Don't take things personally. Release resentment, guilt, and blame. Purify yourself. Thought, word, and deed. Decluttering is modern-day alchemy. If you don't love it or use it, let it go. This card can also represent abundance, as flowing water is a metaphor for prosperity and summer is the time of expansion. So what I'm feeling is that maybe you guys are going through this process that you are going through and in time for summer. As summer may be, I don't know, the due date for whatever it is you've asked for to manifest itself, and it will manifest itself in the summer, but you guys kind of have to go through a change before said thing can actually materialize itself in the material world. And I feel that with the water, where's the card? With the water here in purification, I feel that this is sort of, it was saying abundance, but I feel for you guys this is about cleansing. This is cleansing, sort of being poured down by the rain, and for it to sort of take with it what you want to leave and what no longer serves you. So, thriving. Let's take a look at thriving. Okay, so pause if you need to, otherwise I'm going to... Oh, and there's an extra bit there if you'd like. We have, if you draw this card, you are a survivor. And not only do you survive, but you use situations that others might find challenging to thrive. You expand when others shrink. This may be the time to adapt to your circumstances rather than be overcome by them. Yeah, I was feeling that. You have a remarkable ability to step beyond any challenge. You are strong. Others may find shelter in your energy, and right now that's okay. Through giving to others, you are in turn nourished. This card may be urging you to step into your primordial, powerful, wild part of yourself. Doing this will increase your vitality and contribute to your overall well-being. Now, when it said others may find shelter in your energy and right now that's okay, I feel that right now that's kind of not what you need. If I have to be honest, because you are going through such a shift and a change, it's you kind of need your energies for yourself, and you kind of need to prioritize yourself right now. If I have to be honest to what I'm feeling in this reading. Let's take a look at the major arcana and see and ask again. Actually, let's ask, in what areas of your life is this change happening? And in what areas? Even though I do feel that this is just in general, to be honest with you. So let's ask, what's happening? For my water signs that picked the pink seashell, what is happening? Oh, okay. Too many. Too many, but damn it, I'm gonna take it. Okay, so we had a whole bunch. Had the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, the Magician, the Chariot, the Sun card. So here we've got good karma, bad karma, and we have change, okay? Obviously. Change coming in, so it's that card. Then we've got High Priestess. This is intuition, and I feel like at the moment your intuition is trying to speak to you. If not, it is. You can hear it loud and clear, and it's very strong at the moment. Alchemy, we heard that word, and this is the Magician. This is the card of alchemy. It says you have all that you need within yourself, and this is also the card of manifestation, which is what is currently happening at the moment. That's why we've got this change, this forward movement into the Sun. We have here the Sun card, and in fact the summer. What I was saying about the summer, I feel that maybe you guys are going through what you're going through at the moment, because in the summer, that's when it's going to materialize in the material world. Sorry, I just jogged you. Ooh, that basically covered covered everything. Okay, so let's take a looky at Minor Arcana, even though I think we have everything. Okay, so let's take a look and see with the Minor Arcana what is currently going on. Okay. Okay. Wait, let me just see the cards. Okay. So, let me just place this here for a minute. So, we have the Ace of Pentacles that flipped out along with the Page of Cups. Now, this Ace of Pentacles, what did I say about something materializing itself? I think this is what you've asked for. And it's, excuse me, it's coming in, but not quite yet. There's a journey you're going through, and I feel that I feel this card is telling me careful what you wish for, because what we have here is we've got a surprise. The Page of Cups is youthful energy, fun energy, and I feel it's sort of the card of surprises. So I feel like this cup that is coming in, even though this is a pentacle, whatever's coming in, it's going to be, it might be a little bit different from what you've asked for, or it's exactly what you've asked for, but it still surprises you for whatever reason that may be. I feel that maybe the consequences of it coming in will surprise you, or the effect it will have on your life will surprise you. That, or it's going to come into your life how you did not expect it to come in. Okay, and here what we were talking about, solidarity, is, yeah, I feel that your energies, I mean, even though the Pentacles is the card of like material wealth and talking about money and sort of that stuff, and the material, this for me and you guys means in this reading is talking about keeping those energies for yourself. I definitely feel that that is what you need to do. Because yeah, you guys are going through the Seven of Pentacles stage, where you're kind of you're waiting for the fruits of your labor to sprout, to grow. But I do feel that it's that time where you're needing, you're needing to do that hard work, and you're needing to do it on your own, because you can do it on your own. You already have what it takes to do it and to bring it into fruition and manifestation. Okay, so we're gonna now take a look at any messages, guidance, advice that the higher realm has for you guys in this current time that you are in. Let's take a look. And now we're going to take a look with this deck again and see what guidance the higher realm may have for you guys. So, for all my water signs who picked this pink seashell, is there any guidance or advice that you think would best benefit them now? Any guidance or advice for those who picked the pink seashell? for my Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, is there any advice that you think they need to hear right now? Let's see, any guidance, advice? What do they need to... Oh, okay. Okay. Why would you look at that? Would you look at that? Okay. We got desert again, so this is definitely highlighting to me taking time out for yourself, being in your own space, taking your own time, putting you first. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, big time. Okay, let's take a look with this deck and see what guidance or advice the higher realm may have for you guys. I feel that whether you guys are on your own at the moment or not, or whether this, you know, these changes or this shift you're going through at the moment is causing you to feel isolated, you guys need to be on your own right now. That's on your own in terms of not lonely, but sort of focusing on yourself, not focusing on someone else or focusing on another relationship. You've got to focus on the relationship you have with yourself first. So let's take a look. So for my water signs that picked the pink seashell, what advice or guidance do you guys have for them? For those who pick, oh, too many cards. Okay, we got one. So the card we have for you guys is Illumination. Illuminación. I definitely feel that this journey is going to bring a lot of things to light. We've got trust at the bottom of the deck, and then very nice, at the top we've got inner peace. Yep. So it's all, I feel like it's all about finding that that quiet space, or that space within yourself right now. Let me read to you guys what the card of Illumination is about. So let's take a look. Okay, so you can pause if you'd like to. Otherwise, the upward spiraling mists rising in the mountains suggest that those in the realm of spirit, your spirit protectors, ancestors, and guardians, are close at hand, assisting you on your upward journey of illumination. They are protecting you and supporting you. Your spiritual life is expanding by leaps and bounds. Even if you can't see what's ahead, spirit is close at hand. If you draw this card, trust your heart and what you feel more than what you see and what you think, and you will be guided into in a wondrous direction. So yeah, that trust that we had, because we did have trust come out at the bottom of the deck. You've got to have that trust, that inner trust with yourself. That's why you want to focus on that internal relationship that you have with yourself in this moment in time. Let's take a look at the major arcana and see if there's any advice with them. Oh, ooh, interesting. Okay, so we've got the Death card in reverse here. So Death is all about endings, and I feel that I don't know if anything specifically or particularly is going to end in your life, be that certain relationships, certain paths, but I do feel that there is a huge shift and you will be releasing what no longer serves you. In reverse, I don't feel that you guys are resisting it as much. If you are, then this card in reverse is speaking of that, but I do feel that for the majority of you, this card in reverse is talking about the fact that you are currently in this energy, and that's why you've got to sort of keep those energies to yourself instead of giving to others. Now is not the time to be giving to others, not when you should be putting yourself first. Okay, so with these cards, we're going to take a look. Any other guidance? Guidance messages that I can channel for you guys. So what should they do? For those who picked the pink seashell, what should they do? Apart from putting themselves first, what should they do? So my Pisces, Cancer and Scorpio, for those who picked the pink seashell, what should they do? What should they do? Okay, so we have, interestingly enough, we have the Five of Swords that has come out with the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And what do we have at the top? And a Queen of Swords at the top of the deck. Okay, clarity, speed, bashfulness. And then we have conflict. So interesting. Okay, so let's explain. So I feel that here, I feel like with this journey and this journey of illumination that you guys are going through, there may be certain truths that will come to light and that you will learn. You sort of see people's true colors, and that will bring you a lot of sort of mental clarity and understanding about the certain type of person that you were dealing with. And then we have here the Knight of Swords, and I feel that this might be their reaction to it, and it may cause conflicts. So I do feel that maybe this change and shift will, if you're one to be confrontive or not scared of confrontation, I feel that this may cause conflicts with you and other people in terms of you going through this change and them not liking that you're going through the change. So maybe for them, you may be appearing different, you may be acting differently, you know, putting yourself first instead of others, and instead of giving to yourself, and they're kind of like, what's going on with you? You're not generally usually like this. And that may cause conflict because you may be like, yes, but I'm allowed, you know, to be like this. I'm allowed to not be what you expect me to be. And it may cause conflict. If not, it will, it may invariably cause an ending to that relationship or situation or whatever it may be. If you're not one for conflict, let's take out another card. If you're not one for conflict, what should they do? Okay. Okay. So we've got 2 cards that came out rather quickly, actually. We've got 2 of Swords, and we've got the 4 of Wands. So I feel, okay, so this is, think of it as you currently going through the Tower moment. You know, those unstable foundations are being torn down and being tested. And those that won't survive because they weren't worth it. They weren't worth your time, they weren't worth your energy, and they're not in your best interest. But we have the 4 of Wands here, which is about stability. It is about stability and stable foundations. And that's sort of that happy ending kind of feeling. And I feel that this is coming for you guys, and everything at the moment is shifting for this to happen, for that stable, or those stable foundations to be created. But you will have your choices. You will have choices to make. And as we saw here with the 5 of Wands, with this card of conflict, I do feel that with certain people in your life, you're going to have to make a decision. Maybe a definitive decision about, do I need this person in my life? Yes or no? And do I even want this person in my life? Yes or no? Are they toxic, or are they good for me? Do I grow with them, or are they impeding my growth? So I do feel that you guys will definitely have choices to make because of the things that you are learning on this journey, and because of the fact that you're taking your time, simply for the fact that you are taking time out for yourself may rub people the wrong way. But you shouldn't be apologetic for that at all, because everyone at certain points in their life have to go through this, and they go through this more than once in their life. You know, change happens continuously. More for others, more for some than others. But regardless, these stable foundations and what you want to manifest is manifesting, and it will come in, but it may cause conflict, and you will have to make certain choices, you know, about sort of that decluttering. Do I love it? Yes or no? Do I need it? Yes or no? Do I wear it? Yes or no? Do I use it? Yes or no? Does it help me in some certain way? Yes or no? And sort of that yes and no list with people or things in your life. So, yeah, that's for you guys, my Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancers. I hope you like your reading. Do bear in mind, that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And, well, I hope you'll be back, so till next time. And welcome to all my water signs who picked this purple seashell. This will be your reading. And, well, let's take a look. So, I'm going to just place that there. And we're going to start with this oracle deck first and see what are you currently going through. So for all my Cancers, Pisces, and Scorpios, what are they currently going through? What are they going through? Oh, okay, we got one. How appropriate. And we have water creation with the number 11. So maybe you guys are seeing the repeated numbers of 111 or even 111. That's a really nice card. I like that. There's sort of a wisdom about it. Ethereal. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. Okay, let's take Oh, wait a minute. No, let me show you the other cards. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the equator to make equal. Then at the top of the deck, we have east with beginnings. So very interesting. We have creation here. Then we have new beginnings and balance. There is a change you are going through. A change that is causing things to shift because of something that you have maybe asked to be manifested. Or because it's manifesting, it is shifting things and it's bringing things into balance and into the right sort of, I didn't want this one. I'm not paying attention to what I'm, okay, there we go. Into balance, so that everything is ready and prepared for whatever it is that you have asked to be manifested. So let's take a look at water and the meaning. So we've got number 69. Okay. So we have flow forward with grace and confidence. Be true to your emotions. Do not allow yourself to become stagnant in your ways. Creation is your birthright. Consider what is vital to your happiness and ensure that you seek it. Interesting. If you guys want to pause and let me just check it. If you guys want to pause so that you can read this description, and it probably carries on here. So I feel that yeah, when it said great, I've just lost it. Where is it? When it said it was 69, it's page 69. Sorry, bear with. When it said consider what is vital to your happiness and ensure that you seek it. Consider what is for you and consider what is not for you. Sorry. Yeah. Sort of like I feel like maybe it's a decluttering stage or moment that you guys are having. Let's take a look with these oracle cards and see what else? What is happening in the lives? Okay. Okay, so we have the card Diligence here. And then I'm just gonna show you as well. At the bottom of the deck we have Trust, and at the top we have Openness. So that's really nice actually, because we have openness, and you see this, the way this woman has her arms open. I feel that maybe some of you have to be open to the unexpected. So there may be something that you want to manifest, and that is manifesting itself. But I'm going to leave that actually. But you have to be, I feel, willing to accept that it may not manifest exactly how you wanted it. So it may not go the way you thought it would. And that's okay. I mean, usually what goes the way you thought it would, like exactly. But let's take a look at the meaning of diligence. Okay, so again, if you guys want to pause, go ahead. If not, we're gonna go ahead. So, there are times in life to step forward and take risks, but there are other times to be patient. Step carefully and slowly and know that the benefits you will gain in the future will be worth it. Be attentive, meticulous, and persistent. Use this time to plan for action steps in the future. Be diligent and consistent at each step as you move forward. By doing so, you will harvest remarkable results in the years ahead. This is not the time for instant gratification. For diligence, your diligence will pay off in the future tenfold. This is the time for deliberate organization. Okay, clean house, clear clutter out. Clear clutter out of your life. Be thoughtful about how you spend your time and be discerning when choosing with whom you spend it. Clear out relationships that do not support you. This is what I was saying before about your happiness and choosing your happiness. Is like, choose if this is for you, if this is not for you, if this person is for you, if this person is not for you. And let's take a look at openness as well. So we got Secrets of the Moon. So if you guys want to pause and read. If not, we're gonna... Oh, there's more as well there. If not, we're gonna go ahead. When you receive this card, be open to receiving signs. Be still, do nothing. Be open, breathe. Relax completely and thoroughly. Incubate your dreams for the future. If you are trying to make a decision, take the time to watch for signs and listen to the whispers of the universe. Watch your dreams for messages regarding the situation. Become the sacred watcher. Observe life as it unfolds rather than becoming engaged in it. Be open to what the universe has in store for you. Yeah, that's exactly what I was feeling. Be receptive to messages from your soul. This card can also be the bringer of sacred wonders into your life. Miracles can show up in ways you didn't expect. That's exactly what I was saying, is it can show up in ways you didn't expect. And be open to what the universe has in store for you. And observe life as it unfolds. So it's like, be open, close your eyes if you need to a bit, go forth and do what you need to do for your own highest good. Maybe if you have to, see things from a different perspective. Or maybe that's what's happening really, actually, anyway. You guys are starting to see things from a different perspective because of what you're currently going through. So let's take a look at the major arcana and see what you're currently going through. What are you currently going through? So for my Cancer, Pisces and Scorpios who picked the purple shell, what are they going through? Okay, so what we have here is Temperance and the World. So we have Temperance upright and the World in reverse. Very appropriate because this is, it's talking about a cycle, going through a cycle, and you're currently going through that cycle and it hasn't ended yet. Because if it had ended, it would be upright, but you guys are currently going through this cycle. And Temperance is about balance, and you've got the pouring of the cups, and it's sort of like, it reminds me of sort of questioning, well, where do you want to invest and where do you not want to invest? Where do you want to pour your energies into, and what do you want to pour in your energies into, and what don't you? Who do you want to pour your energies into, and who don't you? And it's also this 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land, and this balance is sort of be conscious of yourself here in the material world, but also of the spiritual your intuition and your emotions, and not just your physical health, but also your I want to say materialistic wealth, but no, not really. More of like what it is that you want to achieve materialistically, because not everyone wants to achieve materialistic wealth. That's not what's important for everyone. But yeah, you guys are in this sudden need to find balance in your life and to be open to the sort of changes and consequences of you taking action towards finding that balance and sort of prioritizing everything and going through this cycle. So let's take a look at the minor arcana for more information about what it is you're going through. So what are my water signs who picked the purple shell? What are they currently going through? What is it that they are going through? So we have the Four of Cups that came out. Interesting. So I feel like, yeah, it's something, this is all being divinely guided, and it's all happening for your highest good. And so there's multiple things this card could be saying. It could be saying the fact that you guys you're currently focusing on maybe the you may be focusing on, you know, this land bit instead of the water as well. So there's an imbalance. You're only paying attention to your material, the materialistic aspects of your life, and not so much the spiritual or the emotional. And the universe is calling for you to sort of open your gaze and be more open. And I feel maybe an opportunity or something is being presented to you that you're not being fully open to. And that's why we had this openness and this water. It's sort of like maybe some of you are not going with the flow, and you're, you know, the universe is trying to tell you you've got to be more open, because there is better for you. And maybe some of you are sort of in denial about the fact that this cup may be better than these 3 cups here. That could be the case as well if you're dealing with certain relationships that you don't really want to get rid of. But again, as I was saying, is that your perspective is now being sort of called into question. You may be starting to see things from a different angle because you are being called to do so, because you're in need of decluttering your life in order to find balance, so that in the future you will reap the benefits of having done so. But that's only for some of you. So now let's take a look and see at what guidance or any pieces of advice that we can get from the higher realm for you guys. So we're gonna take a look at this deck again. So let's see. For all my water signs who picked the purple seashell, is there any advice, universe, that you have for them? Any messages, advice, guidance that I may channel for them? Okay, so interestingly enough, we have time here that has come out with discipline, and at the top of the deck we have building and atoms, which I took because I thought it was highly significant. So we've got number 4 and number 5. Interesting. So journey, this is talking about a journey, definitely. And this sort of what you're currently going through now is this, well, the need for decluttering and finding balance is so that you can effectively build the life that you want, or build whatever it is that you want, and what you want to manifest. But at the same time, you have to take caution, because it is being divinely timed, and you've got to have patience. That's what I'm feeling with these cards. But let me read the meanings for you guys so we can better understand. Let's take a look at building atoms. Okay, so here we have everything is connected by the same building blocks of matter. You are electric and vibrating in motion. Being stagnant in your beliefs and growth is unnatural. Building and changing is natural. There is room for infinitive variety. And if you'd like to pause to read, is there anything at the back? Oh, yes, there is. Now, what's interesting, actually, wait. Because at the bottom of the deck, we did have electricity. So, heck it. I don't even know if that's a saying, but we're going to take electricity as well. You are electric and vibrating in motion. And this, we've got number 9. So let's take a look at time. So, 93. Okay, so here we have, find out the causes of your procrastination or resistance. Do not miss your opportunities. Someone is wasting your time. Be aware of this. You have finite time on this planet, so use it well. And if you'd like to pause so you can read that, as well as there's any, oh yeah, we got a bit on the back. Interesting. Okay, yeah, and what's interesting is the fact that someone is wasting your time, so beware of this. And I feel that, yeah, beware of certain people in your life, because you may be holding on to relationships that no longer serve you. So let's take a look at wildness and electricity. Relationships that no longer serve you, or people that are toxic or have now become toxic. Let's take it 83. Okay, so we have embrace your wilderness, break free of your self-imposed constraints, take immediate action. There is no need for further consideration of your problem. You contain the spark of the divine, so there is no reason to feel lesser. Confront the issue head on. And if you'd like to read the rest of that, pause. And then here as well. Okay, so interesting. We have take immediate action. There is no need for further. Heavens, there is no need for further consideration of your problem. Now, for me, what's that saying is, when it's saying don't hesitate, it's not saying, because it kind of sounds like it's saying the opposite of what time said for us. No, it's more saying don't be hesitant to cut out what you need to cut out of your life. And it's sort of like, sometimes what we do when we have an issue or we're confronted with something, especially when it's something very personal to us, we kind of go out and we ask others, oh, what do you think? What's your advice? You know, and can I have your advice on this? What do you think? And it's kind of like, but the thing is, most of the time we already know what that answer is and what we want to do, but we may not want to actually know that we already know, or it may be something that you don't actually want to do. And I feel what this electricity is saying is you have the power and the knowledge to build, but to do so you do need to declutter, and have that patience and the strength, the discipline to do what you need to do when you feel called to do it. So that's sort of that gut feeling, your intuition. That's what that's talking about. Let's take a look at this deck here and see what advice can we have for those who picked the purple seashell. I mean, you're definitely going on a journey that is calling for you, not to necessarily, well, to change, yes, but to become more you, to go more into yourself. And, you know, when moving into the next chapter of your life, it doesn't mean that the people that are in your current chapter will, you know, move forward with you into the next one, and that is not easy to accept, or to even go through when it happens. I mean, sometimes it can be really easy because sometimes you don't even realize that it's happened. Sometimes, you know, things end like that. Other times it's more, I want to say aggressive because it may include conflict, but more obvious and painful, and as a consequence painful or uncomfortable. Okay, so for those who picked the purple sea we have taking risks. Very interesting. Ooh, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna take all the cards. Okay, so what we have here is we have taking risk that came out, right? And then we have flow that was at the bottom of the deck and release that was at the top of the deck. Interesting. So we have here sort of what these cards are saying. We've got flow, release, and taking risks. And here is sort of like, taking risks is that sort of what electricity said, which was having the strength to do what you're being called to do. Release, well, what you're being called to do is releasing things and people that no longer serve you. And flow is all about trying to go with the flow and instead of trying to go against it. Yeah, it's basically reiterating what these oracle cards said. But let's take a look with the Sacred Destiny. So let's go to flow. So pause if you'd like. Otherwise, we're going to move on. There are times to hold on tight to the shore, and there are times to enter the flow. Notice where life is going and move in that direction. Watch for signs and follow them. Don't resist. When you go with the flow, your life force expands and healing on all levels abounds.
This is also the time to release old, limiting patterns, forgive and let go of the need to be right about your beliefs. If you aren't feeling the smooth currents of life, it might mean that you are being self-critical or judgmental. When you enter the flow with gratitude and love, you will find blessings surrounding you. You will enter into a state of grace and healing will abound. Yeah, this is also the time to release old limiting patterns and to forgive. Yeah, release. That's what we have right there. So now let's take a look at release itself. So, no, wait, let me focus it. So pause if you'd like. If not, when you receive this card, it is time to let go and surrender. Let go of situations, people, and objects that do not serve you. Let go of old, outmoded, self-limiting beliefs that drag you down. This is a time of stripping away superficial distractions until you reach who you are at your core. If you are holding on to the old, it is difficult for anything new to come into your life. Begin to clear your home and living environments of clutter. If you don't love it or use it, it is probably clutter. Clear it out of your space. It's time for a detox. To get ready for the new, you must release the old. I think that is the baseline of this whole reading, and that's to get ready for the new, you must release the old. Yeah, that literally, I feel that when going through this, that's what you've got to keep reminding yourself and remembering, is that in order for whatever it is you want to manifest, for that new to come in, you've got to release the old and not resist it. So here we have taking risks. So you can pause if you'd like. Otherwise, let's get into it. When you draw this card, it is time to step beyond your normal everyday life. Take some risks. Face your fears. Do things in a new and even unorthodox way. Listen more to your inner voice than to the voices and opinions of others. Rather than running from potential failure, embrace it. History has shown that those willing to face failure will often succeed in a massive way later. Yeah, that for me is just, again, reiterating the fact that you've got to have that strength and that perseverance to go through this and to do it to the best of your ability. You know, shedding the old and to be able to bring in the new. You're having that snake moment, the shedding its old skin. That's what you're having, and that's not always easy to go through at all, and we may be resistant to it when it happens. So now we're just gonna take a look at the major arcana and see if it has any guidance for what you're currently going through. Okay, so interesting. Here we've got the Strength card. We have the Sun at the bottom and we have the Wheel of Fortune at the top. So here is, you know, this Wheel of Fortune is what you're currently going through. That's a cycle that you are going through. And the Sun is here, is the arrival point, is where you want to end. And it's where you will end, but at the moment, in this current in time, it's calling you to have strength and to persevere and to face, you know, this change face on and not to fear it, not to sort of not bow down from it. What is it? To cower away from it. To cower away from what doesn't feel comfortable. Just because it doesn't feel great, you know, doesn't mean it's a bad thing. That's the issue with pain, actually, is the way you instinctively accept it or feel it is like, oh, this is painful, this is not good, this is not good, this is not good. When actually sometimes you sort of need to go through that, whatever it's causing you pain, in order to come out the other end. You know, in order to transform, you need to break, to then come together again in a new shape. And that's sort of like, you know, the wisest people on this planet are the ones who have suffered the most. Because there are no lessons learned when we do not suffer. So with this minor, we are going to take a look and see if there is any other advice for you guys. Any messages of encouragement? Ooh, okay. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups in reverse. So this is all about mourning a loss, when in fact you kind of, like, you're mourning a loss that doesn't need to be mourned. And in reverse, that is obviously the opposite of that. And I feel that some of you may be doing this, sort of going through this and kind of not, you're feeling bad for it, because if you're cutting someone away or it's ending anyway without you even actively trying to end it, you know, it causes you to mourn over it and to grieve over that loss. And some of you may be doing that, but I do feel that for a lot of you, or for more of you, you are being called, or you are not sort of, I don't know, you're coming to the realization that actually it was just spilled milk. It was just like, it was actually, and that may come, like, that realization may come a lot later, you know, because in the current moment you may grieve a loss with such intensity because it's something you've just currently lost, but then afterwards, when you gain that knowledge, or you start kind of that, the pieces come together, you kind of realize, oh, wait a second, it wasn't that much of a loss. And it's kind of like a, well, if I lost it, then it wasn't for me kind of moment and kind of thing. And I feel that that's what's going to happen with you guys. If that's not already happening, that's what you will feel ultimately, just before that Sun card moment. But yeah, wow, that was a long reading for you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it and you liked it. And obviously this is a general reading, so only take what resonates. But I hope you'll be back. And yeah, but for now, bye.